You are listening to 2Blue and OSU, the ultimate sports podcast for your entertainment.
Welcome, everyone, to 2Blue and OSU, the ultimate sports podcast for your entertainment. I am your host, Zach. I am joined, as always, now by my two very boring and droll co-hosts who are lucky that I'm here to pull them out of the gutter. Morgan and Ryan. What's up, guys?
I think we pulled you out of the gutter last show, but, we'll see what you can do this one.
I'm in bounce back mode.
I still laugh about that.
Can't stop, huh?
That was the ultimate Doug Morgan moment you had in the last episode.
You're geeking out. You just had a gas mask on your face. You all right there, buddy?
No, I just took a hit from a bong through my gas mask. And then I put it up on my Twitter, but I blamed it on my dog.
At least you're not getting drafted tomorrow.
No.
Or
we got a great show for you guys today. We're going to talk a little NBA playoffs.
Yes, this is absolute garbage. The NBA Coach of the Year was announced a few days ago, and the winner, surprise, surprise, was Steve Kerr with 381 votes. Now, to round out the top five, Steve Kerr was number one, Golden State. Terry Scott's number two for Portland. Popovich, of course, he finished in third. Steve Clifford, the head coach of Charlotte, was fourth. And Dwayne Casey, head coach of Toronto, was fifth. Now, Luke Walton finished with 5 votes. So he did get some votes. I think this is just absolutely ridiculous. A man that coached less than half the season wins Coach of the Year. How does that make sense? What part of that makes any sense? A man that went 34-5, and your interim coach went 39-4. He had a better record than you, but you still finished first in the All-Star voting.
I think it is where we are as a sports society when you're talking about MVPs, Coach of the Years, Heismans, or any major trophy that we give out to an individual player, where we give it to the best player or the best coach on the best team, no matter what. There's no actual thought process to it. There's no actual thinking, going down the line and saying who is the most valuable to their team. It's now the best player or the best coach on the best team. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I've been against this for years now. I lost my mind at the college football award ceremony this past year with the nonsense they pulled. And I'll probably have to do that episode next year when that comes around. And then they do it again here in the NBA. NBA Coach of the Year goes to a guy who had a worse record than his interim coach, who wasn't even there for half the season. Now he had back surgery. I'm not belittling him as a coach or saying he's not good, but he wasn't there. And you have guys like Stan Van Gundy in Detroit coming in the 8th spot. Toronto, surprise of the NBA this year. Number 2 in the Eastern Conference. Where's the love for the coaches that actually are doing a job? Golden State has the best players on a team. We could walk out there and coach that team. Hey, Steph, go shoot. Go ahead. All right, we win by 30. No big deal. It's ridiculous. But this is where we are now as a sports society with our awards. And it's absolute garbage.
I agree with you guys. It's ridiculous. Not even there half the season, has a worse record than his interim coach. The only thing that I could think of that could possibly justify this is he was part of the Bulls when they had their season where they won more games than anybody else in the NBA, and now he's the coach for Golden State when they do the same thing. Only guy to be part of both organizations to have more wins than any other team in NBA history in a season. That's the only thing that I can see happening. Why they could even possibly think to justify this, but in my opinion, it's still not justified.
I think they're trying to justify it based on the fact that they did beat the Bulls' record. They're like, well, we got to give it to the coach of that team. You don't have to. You don't have to. That's not what the award's about.
Well, since you brought up Stan Van Gundy, and I'm looking here, he did not get a single vote. He did not get one vote. He took a team that was 34-50 from last year turned them around this year, and they were 44-38, made the playoffs, and kept it pretty close against my Cavaliers. So I give them credit. So that's a 12-game turnaround. But without giving you guys any names, I'm going to give you the turnaround for the teams, all right? So you got Team A, B, C, D, and E, all right? So Team A, their coach only coached half their season, okay? So Team B had lost 7 games more than the prior season. So Team C had a 12-game increase from the prior season. Team D had a 15-game increase, and Team E had a 7-game. Out of just those numbers, who would you pick to win Coach of the Year? Just going off
C or
how
D?
many?
It would have to be C or D. I mean, when you have that much of a turnaround from one season to the next.
And I think we're talking Detroit and Boston. Yes.
No, these were just the top 5 who are the top 5 finishers in the
in votes?
coaches voting. Yeah. I believe how many? I don't even think. Oh yeah, so Brad Stevens did get some votes, but Steve Clifford had a 15-game turnaround. A team that was 33rd and 48 from last year, finished I believe 12th, 13th. Finished 48 and 34 for this year, and were a 7 seed, and kept it pretty close against Miami. So those are just some of the ones, and like you talk about, I mean, hell, the guy that came in second place lost 7 more games this year than he did for last year with the team. But yeah, that man finishes second. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah, I don't see that a coach from Cleveland, a coach from Golden State, or down in San Antonio. Well, I think Greg Popovich is probably the best coach in the NBA. But with the teams they already have assembled, how can you call them Coach of the Year? There are already superstar talents on the teams. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
All they're doing is sitting back and saying, "Hey, you know what you got to do? Go get it done." I mean, they're not doing anything special out there.
You could give it to Popovich almost every year. I mean, let's be honest.
You really could if you wanted to. If we were going based on sustainable, what you've done all year, San Antonio should be it every year. But again, I don't think that's what it should be about. I guess I'm a minority in that situation. I guess because we keep doing it and we keep going further and further away from what we should be doing. It's absolutely disgusting to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some NBA talk here. Second round has started. Actually, Cleveland is up right now. They're about to finish off the Hawks. No surprise there. They're up 102-90 as we speak. So let's go ahead and start there. Start with the Hawks and the Cavaliers. This one should be a sweep. Cleveland swept them last year. Cleveland swept the Hawks in the regular season, beat them by an average of 10 points every game. This one shouldn't be close. Atlanta got pushed to the brink a little bit by Boston, which Boston isn't that great of a team. But for the Cavaliers to win, they just had to keep doing what they're doing. I think for Cleveland, getting a sweep in our first round was what they needed, but having a close sweep kind of helped them. So it wasn't a blowout. They got the sweep, but I believe every game, Zach, was within 9, 10, 11 points. Almost every game was.
We were within that most of the games until the fourth quarter. There were 2 that you guys pulled away until about 12 and 14. I think were the finals. But we were right there until about 6 minutes left in both those games. So it was close.
Yeah.
We played better.
Yeah. Well, that's what me and my in-law, we were talking about. The Pistons are one player away from being a great team. They just need a closer. Yeah. And then go out and find somebody who can close the game out for them. They'll be a fantastic team. And if Andre Drummond can figure out how to shoot a free throw, they'll be great.
Underhand, baby.
Yeah. Well, that's what he's practicing now, I guess, his grandma's shots. But this one should be easy for the Cavaliers. Hawks coming in. They're looking okay. I mean, get past the Boston team. I think Schroeder's the leading man tonight for him. Teague will have his games, but I mean, the Cavaliers should dominate at every spot in this series. I mean, there's not one weakness going up against the Hawks. The Hawks won't be able to keep up with them.
No, I think it's going to be a sweep. I mean, Cleveland's definitely going to take this one and just not look back.
I'm taking the Hawks in one game. The Hawks will win one game.
If they do, it'll be obviously in Atlanta, and Schroeder and T are going to have a hell of a game. But I don't know. I mean, the Hawks got to within one, and Cleveland pulled it away at the end. Again, the Hawks don't have a closer. The same thing that the Pistons need. They're one guy away from being a closer. But that's that. We'll move on to the next one in the East.
Hold on. I think if
This
you
is the
guys
Raptors. Yeah, go ahead.
hold on. I think if you guys keep doing this, you're gonna get beat in a series, either the Eastern Conference Finals or the Finals. If you keep allowing teams to be close, eventually you're gonna run into a team that's going to have a closer, and you guys are gonna get bounced.
It won't be in the East. It'll be in the Finals. It'll be likely up against San Antonio. If the Heat pull it out, they'll be limping in. If Toronto pulls it out, they'll just be happy to make it there because they're not supposed to be there in the first place. I'm not worried about it.
That's absurd. They're the second best team in the East this year. They're a confident team now. Overlook them, please. I hope. Oh, you're terrible.
A very confident team. They barely made it by Indiana. They barely made it by a 7 seed.
Did they get through?
This was their first series win in like 12 years or something ridiculous like that. Or 21 years. 21 years. They won a best of 7 playoff series. They're just happy to make it this far.
You're ridiculous.
Anyways, don't ever interrupt me
You're
again.
a fan. You're a fan. You're just a fan right
Dude,
now.
I just agreed with you that when they play a good team like San Antonio in the finals, that's where they will lose it. But in the East, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan won't even get by Dwayne Wade in the Heat anyways, because the NBA is rigged up to have Cleveland, the Heat, in the Eastern Conference Finals. So
You can listen to way too much damn Levitar show.
Dude, it's true.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, so moving on. We'll go ahead and talk about Toronto and the Heat. Toronto get their first seven best of 7 in playoff series win in 21 years. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan finally decided to show up. Indiana made that game close towards the end in Game 7. That one was 89-84 was the final. And then Miami blew away Charlotte. Miami actually was down 3-2 in the series going back to Charlotte, and they blew them away in Game 6. Came back home Miami, blew them away in Game 7. There's no surprise. I actually picked Charlotte to upset, but I think this Toronto-Miami game will be a good one. I expect this one to go at least 6 games, which won't be good for either team. Already coming off a 7-game series, and then having at least a 6-7 game. Gordon Dragic had a hell of a series. He's starting to find his way into offense. There's been a lot of talk about Chris Bosh coming back, but I don't see it happening. The only way Toronto can actually win this series, I think, is of course if Lowry and DeMar DeRozan lead the team like they did against the Pacers. That's the only way the Pacers won their games was because Lowry and DeMar DeRozan was having just horrible shooting games. But this one should be a good series. What do you guys think about it?
Well,
All right, good go.
Again, would you let us wait? What are you doing? What are you doing?
You guys gotta figure it out. I'm trying to help you with your edits. I asked you a question. I count to 10 Mississippi. Nobody answers, and I keep moving.
That was a fast 10 Mississippi.
Fast are you counting at 10 Mississippi?
Jeez. Is it 110?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What are you gonna do?
It's 1, 2, 10. Move on.
This is what happens when you put a Buckeye in charge for one episode. Anyways, I think this will go to a 7-game series, and I do see Miami coming out right now. I don't know if I buy into the whole conspiracy theorists, but I heard that episode on Dan Le Batard's show, and I thought it was kind of ridiculous. And I just think they still have talent, and they're playing better without Bosch. They have since he went out, and they started clicking as a team without him, which is surprising. So I'll take Miami in 7.
How do you get better when you get rid of somebody like that? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I mean, I think Miami will take this one too, but it'll probably be a tough series overall. Go 7 games.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going with Miami. I'll go with Miami in 7. All right, moving on to the West. Let's start with the classic game we had the other night. The Spurs and Thunder. That one was a freaking blowout. That one was 124 to 92. The Spurs scored 43 points in the first quarter. Aldridge finished, I believe, it was like 38 points. It's the ultimate team game. I mean, when you watch them play, they play as a team. They are what you, as a coach, what you want your team to be. Danny Green went 5 for 6 from a 3. When Danny Green is getting going, he can lead you to the promised land. He can lead you to that national championship, like he did a couple years ago. Kevin Durant, another lackluster game, 16 points. Westbrook had 14. I believe they combined for 11 for 34 shooting, which is just horrendous. Granted, the Spurs shot 60% from the field, 60% from 3. It was just an all-around dominant game. I mean, the Spurs dominated in every aspect of this game. It wasn't even close from tip-off to the end. OKC, there was a lot of talk about Kevin Durant leaving, if he's going to go Miami, Lakers, New York, Washington. So there's a lot surrounding him. But this one should be, I mean, I think this one will be a sweep. This is like a few years ago when the Thunder got blown out in Game 1 and came back and beat the Spurs. I think this will be a sweep. If not a sweep, it'll be 4-1. Zach, you're shaking your head no.
Of course I am. A sweep? This was the Western Conference second round matchup we all wanted to see, and we get it. Yeah, Thunder laid an egg first game. They tend to do that. There's always one game where they'll lay an egg and not show up, and Westbrook and Durant will have an off-night shooting, which they did. I think they win at least 2 games in this series. I think it goes to 6. I picked the Spurs to win it all, so I'm sticking with them to win in 6. But a sweep? You're out of your mind. Out of your mind.
It's definitely not going to be a sweep. I mean, they'll get, I don't know if it'll go 6 games. They might get only 1 win, but I mean, you get this far, you're not going to. They have to get 1. They have to get 1. I mean, it's at least they might get 2. It might go to 7. Who knows? It could be a really interesting series, and Game 1's just a horrible depiction of what the rest of the series is going to look like. But San Antonio is going to win it overall.
Yeah. And Morgan's an idiot for saying sweep. Idiot.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just like he picked Boston, just like he picked Charlotte.
And Indiana.
You are listening to 2Blue and OSU.
Congrats.
All right, so go to the final game in the West. Golden State, Portland. Portland wasn't even supposed to be here with the injuries to Griffin and Chris Paul for the Clippers, and people were still picking the Clippers to make it past Portland. I said during that whole series, if Lillard is on fire and McCollum is on fire, they can hang with anybody. Portland did kind of get blown out in this game, though. 118 to 106. It was a Klay Thompson show. It was a Klay Thompson, Draymond Green show. They kind of took over. Without Curry, you're seeing Golden State being able to step it up to the next level, which is what you want in your team. I mean, without your best player, you got the second best shooter in the league. I mean, I think this one will go 4-2, but it's hard to say.
How long is Curry out?
Could shoot the way. He should be back. They're looking at maybe by game 3.
Game 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a sweep?
I'm saying a sweep then.
No,
game 3. I'm saying a sweep.
No, I think Portland will get one back home. If their big two players don't shoot for 13 for 43 like they did the last game, I think they can get 1 or 2 at home. I think this will go at least 5-6 games.
Really?
Yeah.
For a team you just said shouldn't even be here, you think it's gonna go 6 games?
No. I didn't say that they shouldn't be here. I said people thought.
Yeah, you started out with they shouldn't even be here, and they wouldn't be here if Blake Griffin and Chris Paul weren't injured.
Go to the tape. I agree with Ryan.
All right, so what do I want to do? Dude, this won't be a sweep. You're an idiot.
Sweep.
Dude, it won't be a sweep.
Sweep.
They'll get one win. What else you got for us, Morgan?
Is that all you got?
Yeah, sweep.
Oh, I was
sweep.
Sweep. All right. Sweep it is. I say it'll be 4-2. Should be a decent series. I think the best one will be the Heat Raptors. San Antonio will probably sweep that one. Guys are idiots if you don't. So.
Yeah, we're the idiots because you don't want to pick Boston, Atlanta, and Indiana.
Oh my God! But it wasn't like those were freaking blowouts. Good Lord, like they pushing 6-7 games.
That seems to be his thing, his go-to. At least my team didn't get blown out. At least my team. You're still wrong. At least I didn't get blown out.
Well, at least they didn't. I mean, it was close. So I was half right.
That's not half right. That's wrong.
No, it's half right.
There's no 50%. You're right or you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Dude, I was like.
This is a pass-fail class, and you failed.
No, I got like a 65.
You're pass-fail. Do you know what pass-fail means?
A 65, I'm pretty sure, is still failing.
That's a D. It's passing grade. What are you talking about? You're wrong now, too. This is what I deal with all day. It's ridiculous.
You don't deal with it all day. Some of us have to work.
That's true, I don't.
You went in late today. What are you talking about? Working.
Yeah, you're
skater.
Right. You're right. But, anyways, it should be a good second round. We're still on pace for our San Antonio and Cleveland matchup.
Are you sticking with it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thunder's actually up right now on San Antonio 7-2, so we'll see how that one goes out. Yeah. Obviously, San Antonio was shooting ridiculous in that game. I don't expect them to shoot like that every game. Hell, they scored 43 points in the first quarter. So, that's not going to happen. And then they made 32 in the third quarter. So I don't expect that to happen a whole lot. But should be a good matchup. Should be a good series. We're still on pace for our San Antonio Cleveland. You guys got anything else?
So everything's a sweep except for the Golden State series? Everything else is a sweep?
No, I think he's in Miami.
No. Miami and Toronto will go at least 6-7 games.
Okay.
That'll go 6-7 games. I think Cleveland will sweep. Hell, they should sweep. I think Atlanta might get one, but that one should be a sweep. Golden State will win 4-2. I guess that one will be 4-1, 4-2. And then I got, you know what? I'll go Spurs sweep.
Well, you said that already, so yeah, we know.
You said that already, so yeah.
All right, cool. Then I got a Spurs sweep.
Why we love sports.
All right, it's time for our favorite segment. Why we love sports.
Let's see if Ryan gets it right this time.
Oh, I got it this time. I got it.
Screwed up this time, Ryan. Zach, what do you got for us? You go ahead and start off.
I'm gonna backtrack to one of our mentions from episode 11, the NFL Draft one, and that is Moritz Boehringer's getting drafted in the 6th round. This is a guy who watched a football clip on YouTube, decided he wanted to try and play football, and worked extremely hard and became the first ever international player to get drafted straight from an international league. Now, there have been international players who've been drafted after going to college, but he played professional football in Germany and then got drafted into the NFL. And this is the kind of story that in a draft that was surrounded by an obviously bad incident. We had this one guy who was trying to make a dream a reality. That's really what the draft is all about. Is these guys who work extremely hard to get to the pinnacle and then have their moment in the sun. But it's one of those stories that I hope catches on in the international community, and I hope we see more international players come straight from Europe, and I see this as an outlet for them, like it's an outlet for so many young Americans, and it's one of those great stories in sports, and it's one of the reasons why I love it, and that is why we love sports, is Moritz Boehringer getting drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in the 6th round out of Germany.
That's a good one. You know, we talked about that one in, was it episode 11?
Yep.
So I'm glad you brought that one back. Ryan, what are you for us, dude?
All right, I got it this time. So this comes from back in 2010, 2011, NCAA wrestling. Anthony Robles, he won the 2010-2011 NCAA wrestling championship at 125 pounds. He was born with one leg. One leg. So he started out wrestling freshman in high school. Did awful. 5-8 was his record. He ranked last in the entire city. Turned around the next year and ranked 6th in the state. Won 2 state championships his junior and senior year. Ended up finishing his high school career at 129-15. Went to Arizona State University. Won the college wrestling championship at 125 pounds with one leg. It's pretty inspirational for a guy. I mean, it's hard enough to do anything with one leg, and this guy, his leg was missing all the way up to his hip, so he had no stump to put a prosthetic limb on. So he had to learn how to do everything without a second leg. It's not that he didn't really have an option to get that prosthetic. So, it's a big accomplishment right there.
That one's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely is. That definitely takes a lot of willpower, a lot of guts to get out there and do what he did.
He said he actually used having one leg. His center of gravity or center of balance was a little off, so he used that to his advantage. When he was moving around the ring, around the mats, trying to throwing people off. So that's awesome.
It is. It's a great story. All right, mine is pretty simple. Why I love sports kind of piggybacks off the NFL draft. One big reason why I'm into sports, and Zach is the same as you. A lot of these players we watch at their high school level, college level, and then in the pro. We watch them at our favorite teams, you and your Michigan, me and the Buckeyes, and to see these players grow, to see them come in as a recruit their freshman year all the way to their junior, senior year, and then get drafted and go on and make millions. I mean, it's changing these kids' lives forever. They're the I believe it's like the 1% that actually make it to the next level and make money. It's changing their lifestyle. A lot of them come from having nothing, from a horrible background. Some of them with no mothers, no fathers. Some of them with no family. Some of them with, coming from, the streets in California, loaded with gang members and violence, and to finally hear their name called and make it to the next level is something that I wish I could have at some point in time, just get to experience it. So for these kids' lives to change forever and for us to see them grow from their high school years to where they are now, that's my why I love sports.
You'll never get drafted.
Way to crush the story.
I could be a kicker. I'll go in, the second round?
There you go. Can't believe that nonsense.
Undrafted.
Aguilar did?
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be better than Aguilar.
Whatever. So that is episode 13, as last episode of the week. So go ahead and like us on Facebook, 2BlueandOSU. Follow us on Twitter, and be sure to tell Morgan that he's an idiot every single episode. It's what we do. It's what we love.
But the Spurs sweeping.
Hey, when's Morgan got to pay up on this bet?
Oh, we need to do that this week.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah, we're gonna we'll have you record singing "Hail to the Victors" this week. We'll put it on Facebook and Twitter.
I actually remembered it. I just didn't say anything.
I know.
To be honest.
I know.
Man, trying to get out of your bet.
Yeah.
So go ahead and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And Morgan and I have Twitters if you guys want to follow them too, at CoachZ_Tillman and at FootballCoachXSC. All right?
Yep. Oh, one more thing. I want to put it out there. I know I talked to you guys about it, about letting me do this, and I appreciate you guys letting me put this out. But as most of you know, we have me and my wife. We do dog rescue and foster. And over the past couple of weeks here, we got a couple of our dogs that are needing major surgery. Actually, one of ours just had her front leg amputated. We're not sure what happened, but her front leg healed wrong when she was in a shelter. So when we pulled her out, she had a real bad limp. So we appreciate if anyone would like to donate to our rescue to help the visits, help the vet bills for our 4 dogs, and then for any future dogs that we have, we'd greatly appreciate it. You can go to Adopt a Pit Rescue. That's ADOPTAPITRESCUE.org, and any amount will be doable. I don't care if it's 50 cents, $1, $5. The rescue will greatly appreciate it, and our dogs will greatly appreciate it.
Head over there now and help out a great cause. Morgan, you know I love that you guys do that. It's awesome. And it broke my heart to see that puppy dog's picture, man. But how's he doing?
Dude, she is kicking, man. She's doing a lot better than I thought.
Yeah.
She has a torn ligament in her back leg too. So we were told we got to crate rest her a lot. But I can't just leave her in a crate 24/7. So I'm always taking her out. I got to walk her out on a leash. She's not in pain, so that's a good thing.
Yeah,
so I think she's happy to have the pain away, yeah. But it's definitely pitiful to see, but hey, she's getting around, she's moving. She tries to run, tries to jump. We got to kind of watch that, but she's not in more pain, so that's a good thing.
Awesome, man. All right. Go ahead. Check us out every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. Excuse me. Killing it. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 2BlueandOSU.podbean.com. Go ahead and give our soccer podcast a like as well at USA Gooners Pod on Twitter, the American Gooners on Facebook, and the AmericanGooners.podbean.com is where we upload our podcasts every Saturday. Have a great week, and check us out next week.
You have been listening to 2Blue and OSU. Check them out every Monday.